Hi, my name is Brad Bruce, and I wanted to jump on here and make a video just describing why I believe in Jesus. And, this is sort of geared towards people who might be atheist or agnostic, or at least non-Christian. And maybe you're thinking to yourself, why would anyone in today's age who's actually a thinking person believe in such an ancient or seemingly irrelevant religion like Christianity? And so that's why I wanted to make this video. First of all, I'm just a normal guy. I graduated from UT with an electrical engineering degree, um, but I'm a thinker. I'm a rational individual. I think about science. I consider many different angles on things, and so yeah. So I just wanted to come on and describe that why I believe in Jesus. Um, so first of all, I think it's important to understand that people start with a set of assumptions that they may think is firmly true, um, but maybe it's not exactly as set in stone as we give ourselves credit for. So, for instance, maybe the assumption that you know something about science or about religion um, or about a combination of the two is based on some information that you read. So you're assuming that the author um, wrote the material in good faith, that they are basing it off of assumptions that they've had that are valid, that they are not making it up entirely, or that they're not tweaking the data set in some way, shape, or form. So many things that we bring to the table. We have these assumptions. So first of all, how do I know that Jesus walked on water? I mean, was I there? No, I wasn't there. So do I really know that he walked on water? I guess from that perspective, no, right? On the flip side, how does someone who has an understanding of the origins of the cosmos know that the physical laws of the universe just sprang into being at the beginning of time? That some particle or primeval nothingness sprang forth into something, right? Um, well, you don't know. You weren't there, and I wasn't there, so we don't know. So that's the first thing. We have sets of assumptions that we bring with us, and I think that's really important. I think the next thing is that we don't necessarily want to give up our preconceived, firmly held beliefs. I think this goes both ways, both religious and atheist. Um, we we have some firmly held beliefs that if that's what they are, then we may not ever change just because we are believing it rather than searching and looking for the truth. So, what I hope is that I'm a person who looks for the truth. I like to think that I hold my faith loosely in my hand, that if something else comes along that is more reasonable, that I'll let go of my faith and I'll go towards what is true, because that's really what matters. And so I'm firm enough in what I've learned over the course of time that I believe that the truth will present itself. And so I don't have to be dogmatic, or I don't have to be strong in my faith in that sense, because the truth will present itself at the end of the day. So um, let me give you an example. I don't believe in evolution, so I know that might be a shock to some people. How could you possibly, with all the evidence that's out there, not believe in this theory of evolution? And I think there's a lot to that. But first and foremost, I just like to take a step back and say, well, what is more rational? You walk up to a cell phone that's on the ground. You've never seen technology before in your life, and you pick this thing up and you marvel at it, and it does all these incredible things. It can communicate with people across air. Um, what's more rational, that this cell phone was um, slowly morphed over time, randomly through random chance changes to create this incredible design that we see in front of us that does many different functions? Or is it more rational to think, hey, I stumbled across this thing, and it's pretty obvious that there was an engineer involved to create this, to put blood, sweat, and tears into this, and make a functionally working design, right? So that's just one example of I believe, a rational decision that I've made. That I think it's more rational to believe that I'm stumbling upon this device or these bodies. I stumbled into a world that's made up of animals and plants and intricately designed systems and ecosystems that all function together, that work together. It seems more rational to start from the perspective of, well, that's obviously a designer. There's a designer involved in creating this thing, and it's not just random chance. So that's just one example. It's like we're children, and I'm stealing this from, someone way smarter than me. But it's like we're children that have stumbled into a vast library made of many different languages, and I think it would be sort of naive to think that those. Well, look, I'm not trying to put anybody down. I just personally think that it makes more sense that the books and the languages were made and were created and were designed, and we are simply trying to figure out, decode the languages and the information in the books. So I plan to put more videos up over the course of time, and hopefully it will be helpful to someone. So maybe it'll spark a conversation. That would be perfect. And if no one views these, I'm okay with that too. Honestly, it's hopefully it's something that if it helps, then great. If not, no worries. So anyways, have a great day.